everyone. I'm Paul Belshaw from Purific Water USA. Today I'm going to show you how to assemble a Purific Nature water purifier. First we're going to do is we're going to unpack the unit. Okay. So the unit will arrive to you in a box similar to this. And you're going to take off the top and open it up. And first thing you're going to see is the lid. So we're going to take out the lid, take the protective coating off of it. You'll have a set of instructions that you can refer to assemble the unit itself. Then just reach in and you can take out the whole unit all together. Inside the upper reservoir, you're going to have a small bag, and that's going to contain the filter holder with the nut, the infrared technology plate, and the faucet that will fit onto the main reservoir. Take out the upper reservoir, take off the protective coating, and just place that to the side. Take the protective coating off of the main unit. It's well wrapped and bubble wrapped to protect it during shipment. The main unit comes out of the base. So you want to take the base, put that to the side. Take out the filter that goes with the Purific Nature. And that's how you would unpack the unit to get all ready to be assembled. What we're going to do is before we start assembling the unit, we got to do two things. You're going to take the filter and we're going to pre-soak that before we install it into the water purifier. And number two, we're going to clean the water purifier to make sure that it's nice and clean before you get started with it. So the first thing you want to do is take the filter and you want to unwrap it and take it out of the wrapping, and it'll look like this. And then what you want to do is take it and turn it upside down in a container. And you're going to take a pitcher of clean water from your tap. And you're going to add water until it's about an inch over the filter. This way it will saturate the inside of the filter, get out any air bubbles that may be there, and it'll be ready to be used when you install it on your purifying unit. So I'm going to take the filter with the water and I'm going to put that over to the side. Next, take the unit. You got the main reservoir and the upper reservoir, and you want to take some dishwashing liquid, just mild dishwashing liquid, put that on the sponge. You want to use a wet, damp sponge, and you just want to clean lightly the inside and the outside of the reservoirs. Just clean them real nice. Make sure you get any dust that may be on it from transit. You can also clean the lid and the base. The magnetic field is on the bottom of the base in the Purific Nature. Okay, but it's all encapsulated, so you don't have to worry about getting it wet. You can just wash this. After you've washed all these units, take them and rinse them under clean water in your sink. And then you can take a nice clean towel and just dry them off. On the main reservoir, you just want to dry off the outside. You don't want to dry the inside because then you'll just be contaminating it again. And you can take the main reservoir and just sit it on the base for now. And the same with the upper reservoir. You don't want to dry that because it'll just be contaminated. And just clean the lid of the unit. Okay, next we're going to do the assembly of the unit. assemble the main body of the water purification unit. First, what we're going to do is we're going to install the faucet on the main reservoir. So what you want to do is you want to take the nut off the end of the faucet. And you're going to notice there's a little white washer. You take that off because that's going to go on the inside of the reservoir. And you're going to notice that there is a clear transparent washer. That's a larger washer. And that's going to stay where it is, and just make sure it's seated tight against the neck of the faucet. Okay? So take the main reservoir and you're going to stick the end of the faucet through there. Then you're going to take that little white washer that we took off before, and you're going to place that over the end of the thread on the faucet, and then take that nut with the wide part in the front, and you're just going to screw that onto the end of the faucet. You just want to make it snug, just make it finger tight. There's no reason to over tighten it. Okay, so now the faucet's on there, the washers are in the correct place, and the nut's on there securely. Now what you're going to take on the Nature, this is the infrared energy plate. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to take that, and that goes on, it just snaps on the end of the faucet on the inside of the main reservoir. And actually you'll see when you put the upper reservoir in, it'll actually hug the filter. Now we're going to install the filter holder and the filter on the upper reservoir. So we're going to take the filter holder and we're going to take the nut off the end of it. And you're going to see there's a white washer. You want to make sure that white washer is seated correctly on the filter holder. And take the upper reservoir, and the filter holder has two lugs on it. Okay, and you want to make sure those lugs line up with the holes in the upper reservoir. So once you get those all lined up, you're going to take the nut and screw that on to the end of the filter holder. There's no reason to over tighten it, just get it snug to prevent any leaks. So that's how the filter holder will look on the upper reservoir. Okay, now we have the filter holder on the upper reservoir. That's all ready to go. So as you remember before, we soaked the filter in water. Okay, and that filter should be nice and saturated now. So you're going to take the filter, okay, and there's a washer inside the filter. It's a little white washer, like an O-ring, and you're just going to push down with that on with your finger. Just make sure that's seated correctly. And then you're going to take the upper reservoir, and you're just going to screw the filter onto the upper reservoir. Again, not too tight, just make it snug. So the filter should look like this when it's connected to the filter holder. And what you want to do is take the unit itself, put the upper reservoir into the main reservoir, and you can see how the filter is hugged by that infrared technology plate. And now you're ready to fill some water into the upper reservoir. And you just want to put a little water in because you want to make sure that there's no water coming out around the filter holder where the nut and the washer are, because you want the water to go through the filter itself. All right, and everything looks good. So what you're going to do is you want to fill that upper reservoir up all the way, and you want that to percolate through the filter into the main reservoir. You can see the water's coming through already. A couple days, the more you use the water purifier, the faster the water will filter through the filter. After the main reservoir is full, because you want to make sure that you keep water in the upper reservoir, because you don't want air getting into the filter, because when air gets into the filter it can form an airlock, it becomes airbound, and it takes longer for the water to filter. And then after the main reservoir is full and you got water in the upper reservoir, what you want to do is you want to take some water out of the main reservoir, take 1.5 gallons out and discard it into the sink, just in case there's any loose carbon that came out of the filter itself. You want to make sure you throw it away. So everything looks good. You want to put the lid back on your Purific Nature water purification unit, and you're all set to enjoy clean, fresh water that's being filtered by the Purific Water Nature. And for more information or to see other products that we have, please visit purificwaterusa.com. And good luck and enjoy your health. Thank you for your time.